Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Happy New Year. Thank you for coming, everybody. And last month was a light month for, I guess, Linda and me individually as far as doing Grantville Action Group work. And really the only thing outstanding is we worked a little bit more with the Kearney High SCT, and that's their school connections, science connections and technology, and that's the school at Kearney that our daughter goes to. And then they have two teams of 11th grade students working on our Grantville issue and working on the environmental issues related to Grantville. So we talked to them, they asked questions, we showed them Dan's great Grantville's Not Blight video to show them the dilemma. And at some point in the spring, they're going to come up with their report to us as to what the environmental impacts are with Grantville redevelopment and how those environmental impacts can stop Grantville redevelopment project. Is there anything to add to that?
No, that's pretty much it at this point. Just bringing them up to speed and even explaining what was going on with it in eminent domain and all that kind of stuff, just so they understood what we were trying to fight. So hopefully to give them a little incentive to work hard.
Yeah, so at least we informed at this point, I don't know, 40 or so high school students about the problems of redevelopment and eminent domain abuse. So we'll start them out young as far as educating them. And last meeting, Marty Emerald was here. She said she would have a representative to our meetings. Chris Pearson, her representative, is here. So let Chris Pearson maybe introduce himself and maybe say a few words.
Thank you for allowing me to attend. My marching orders are to attend, listen, take notes, and act. I will do that.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Traditionally, in the city council, the council person controls what they do in their area. Just like as a courtesy, Manafort was able to declare us white. Are they playing by these rules still, or have they changed these rules with the change in president? Which I would doubt if they had changed it, but I could be wrong, have been wrong before. But traditionally, the actual council person has the clout to basically have the council do what that person wants, because it's traditionally, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Not different. It's most.
This new council is finding its way, and the consultants and community development reps who are holding the stakeholders meeting next Monday, from the 12th to 6 are stressing over and over again that it's a wide open planning process, and we're 2 to 3 years down the road.
And is the city getting to choose any of the members of the stakeholders committee? Because I'm going through this one in Barrio Logan, and I have a sneaky suspicion that several of the people that the city chose may also be getting money from the city. And no one should ever be able to vote a stakeholders committee that has any financial ties with their organization and the city.
I don't have any information on
Okay, but that's something to make. No, they have an organization that gets money from the city. They're never an organization that gets money. Yeah, and under those circumstances, they can be there as advisors, but they should not be able to vote.
Now, I have a couple of questions for you, Chris, and I guess to relate to Marty. And one of which in the news recently was the HUD audit of CDBG funds. And they published the audit report. There's from the Voice of San Diego, at least linked to it. In the audit report, they report $500,000 of CDBG funds going to Grantville. That's not accounted for, meaning they don't have documentation as to what that money is spent on. What we're guessing is that they spent it to create the debt to begin with, to collect the tax increment. But if you find out specifically that $500,000 was dedicated one question. The other question is, I would like to set up a meeting with Marty and me, so I can talk to her in private, city council or at city hall or district office, wherever that is at this point. So we can talk. So I can talk to her about Granville issues and how that relates to Granville Action Group.
I will do that with you.
Okay, good.
You should get a copy of all the email addresses. So if you have an email distribution, you have your distribution. Sorry for cutting in.
Well, I think we can get Chris's email via the City Hall website, correct? So anybody that wants to reach Chris and exchange email addresses, can email him. Does anybody else have any questions for Chris Pearson or for Marty Emerald via Chris? Okay.
I have one quick one. Are you going to be with Marty for the Alvarado Estates next week? Or is that going to be someone else? It's going to be someone else. Okay.
Okay, next thing on the agenda. We have a new year, and coming up in this new year will be the next elections in March for board members for NCPI, Navajo Community Planners. Last year we were relatively successful in getting people elected, and we need to have candidates again to run for seats on that board. And first question is to the current board members that are here. How many seats are open coming March on NCPI?
Well, there are none that are open. You have 4 representatives. 2 are up for re-election. And those are Mark Baker and Charles Little.
Okay, so that's Grantville.
Right.
Okay.
And in Allied Gardens, Cindy Martin and Betty Torrey.
Okay.
Pardon?
Annual elections
Well,
for every seat?
Well, how?
the way we worked it last year was it's 2 years, but because it was the new, under the new bylaws, in order to have staggered elections, the person who got the lower number of votes got the shorter term. So that's why you're up for re-election, as well as Chuck. Pardon?
I think I was the last.
How many seats are open for Del Cerro?
2.
And same for San Carlos?
2 in each. It's now 2 4-year terms rather than 3 3-year terms.
All right, so Mark, I assume you're running again.
Be very competitive, yes.
Very good. Chuck, I know you were talking about retiring from NCPI.
I'm very loose on stay or I got somebody else on for them too.
Okay. Well, we're trying to recruit candidates at this point, so if we have you and Mark for the 2 seats, that'd be perfect for Granville. Of course, we're going to want to support people in the other areas too, so Allied Gardens, Del Cerro, hopefully San Carlos. So we'll try to recruit people for that too. So if anybody knows any names, let me know, and we'll talk about it next meeting. So any questions on that? Okay. Go to the treasurer's report.
Okay, our current checking account balance is $5,491.77. Since it's a new year, I'll recap 2008 for us. 2008 donations coming in by others, which means other than Dr. P and I, was $11,650. We put in an additional $8,500 toward the legal thing because there were certain fees that had to come, and we knew we'd probably get donations, but it had to be paid now, so we kicked in $8,500. That $11,616 is from everybody else, not us. So on top of that, there was the $8,500.